Welcome into PFF HQ. Austin Gayle here with senior analyst Mike Renner. We're talking first-year head coaches primed for success in 2019. I'm starting with Matt LaFleur in Green Bay. He comes from Tennessee after 1 year as a play caller there, goes to Green Bay as now the head coach. He brings bunch formations. He brings play action. Talk to me about why with this Green Bay team he can have some success.
Yeah, I think what they have offensively is very fitting for the Matt LaFleur, for even the Kyle Shanahan, the Sean McVay schemes. They have the offensive line in place. They have a top 10 offensive line with athletic offensive linemen, and then you have the signal caller in Aaron Rodgers, who, while it hasn't been working out, the results haven't been great of late, he has the accuracy, arm strength, mobility to run everything that offense requires. So I think from that perspective, it's going to be a lot different from everything we've ever seen in Aaron Rodgers' career. And to me, that's a good thing considering what we saw from him of late. We see the arm strength. He still grades out well, but there's just some bad habits in his game, like taking sacks, throwing the ball away, holding the ball under pressure, that I think this offense will help solve.
Matt LaFleur, you can't talk about a better situation. He comes with Aaron Rodgers, a great offensive line, Devontae Adams. He has all the tools to get his offense humming, so I'm excited for him. Going to a guy that I'm the most excited about in 2019, this first-year head coach coming out of Texas Tech, Kliff Kingsbury, with Kyler Murray, Larry Fitzgerald in the slot. He's got Andy Isabella now. I really like the tools he has. Maybe not as good as Green Bay, but he's got some tools to really win in the NFL.
Yeah, they have 4 wide receivers now that can legitimately run through that offense, and it is a 4-wide offense. What he's ran in college, we'll see what it looks like in the NFL. I'm hoping they run a lot of 4-wide, but like you mentioned, Christian Kirk, Larry Fitzgerald, Andy Isabella, Hakeem Butler, they have the weapons there to execute, and then the signal caller, Kyler Murray, can do anything. The full playbook is at his disposal at this point, so we'll see how that looks. Now, not necessarily set up for success from an offensive line standpoint, maybe even a defensive standpoint, but I do think that this offense has the tools to run what he likes to run.
And 10 personnel, he ran it, the second most at the college level for the last 3 years at Texas Tech. That's over 60% of his plays called. In the NFL average for 10 personnel is 8%. He's going to maybe change a bit. He's at least maybe going to be the NFL leader, and he has all the tools to do it.
Well, I think we haven't even mentioned is David Johnson. He was criminally underrated last year in the Cardinals offense, was just neutered in terms of his effectiveness. He is perfect for the Kliff Kingsbury offense. The running back in that offense is a receiving threat. It is, adds to the formation, is a glorified slot receiver at times in that offense. So I think that is a perfect fit with his receiving skills.
Kliff coming out in 10 personnel with David Johnson as a lone back, splitting him out to slot to go 5 wide with an empty set. I am pumped for Arizona. Going to, maybe he's not a first-year head coach, but you have Bruce Arians going to Tampa Bay with Jameis Winston, a guy that we've been, high on of late. In Peter King's Football Morning in America, we guest spotted saying he is an MVP candidate. We like Jameis Winston with Arians at the helm.
Yeah, this could be a Carson Palmer-esque relationship in terms of just perfect for what the quarterback is capable of doing. Carson Palmer, we saw him in that 2015 near MVP season. He led the NFL in average depth of target. This is a downfield passing offense. Jameis Winston wants to throw the ball downfield. Even when the play call doesn't necessarily set up to throw the ball downfield, they know he's going to hit that deep post, he's going to throw it to the seam route. Jameis Winston, since he came into the NFL, has the second most targets, 10-plus yards downfield in the middle of the field between the numbers. That is Bruce Arians' offense. You have to be able to win there. Jameis Winston wants to win there. I think it's a perfect marriage, and they have the wide receivers and personnel outside to do it. We'll see how the results go, though.
Yeah, you have to bring that up, too. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, O.J. Howard coming back. There are enough weapons here for a high average depth of target offense. I mean, really, Jameis Winston, all those weapons, Bruce Arians, there's a lot to like in Tampa Bay, specifically on the offensive side of the ball. Going to Freddie Kitchens, he was an interim head coach last year, now, a first-year full-on head coach in Cleveland. And, man, talk about weapons there, too. You got Baker Mayfield year 2, OBJ brought over in the offseason, David Njoku. Offensive line may be a question mark, but there is so much firepower in Cleveland right now.
Yeah, there is just so much firepower, and we saw it towards the end of the last season. Freddie Kitchens is going to do whatever he wants to schematically, offensively. They're running full house backfields at times there down the stretch. He's going to utilize his personnel in the best way possible. I trust him to do that, and the personnel now is just getting more absurd by the day, it seems like. Adding Kareem Hunt even to this offense might not even be on the field the whole time, but he's a top 5 running back in the NFL when he's healthy. And then defensively, I think they've just added enough pieces to where it's almost like too big to fail. This team has too much talent now where they have to take that next step.
And if Freddie Kitchens plays to all these players' strengths, there's sky's the limit. You have Olivier Vernon on the defensive side of the ball, Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward offensively. You have Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Jarvis Landry, even Rashard Higgins, a guy we liked coming out.
Well, and it doesn't even sort of recognize the fact that the signal caller, the guy who's running all, the guy who's putting this all together, had just the second best rookie season we've ever graded in our entire history was our top prospect coming out. That there's a lot to like about him making a year 2 leap and taking it into that next level of elite quarterbacks.
These four first-year head coaches have so much talent. I think that's the biggest thing we've seen with all of these guys, Freddie Kitchens included. It's going to be a lot of firepower offensively. Let's see where they can go with it. First-year coaches don't have a ton of success, historically, but there's a lot of reason to be buying in on these teams. I'm excited for them. For more content like this, go ahead and subscribe to PFF's YouTube channel, or go ahead and go to the site at pff.com.